Welcome again to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. This is my character Harley, by the way. And this camp here is Kay's camp. I think that's how you'd pronounce that. And it's at the junkyard location, which is a newer location that opened up. It actually has two points of resource gathering. Over here you've got the junk node, and over here on the other side, if you're so inclined, you can actually set up a wood collector, which this person has, but they don't have any power running to it. So though they built it, they have absolutely nothing coming from what they built. This camp has a small amount of things for sale. Most of them fairly reasonably priced, or cheap in some cases. They took to the... looks like they built underground, or built in such a way that they incorporated this into their camp design, because I don't remember that piece being a buildable piece, but I could be wrong. But I doubt it. I'm thinking that's already there, and they just managed to get their foundation to float in just the right area. This over here is a area full of nuclear material, so they've got it boxed off. They've got their generator here running their vendor, but they don't have generators running any of their collectors. This area doesn't really get attacked by much except for a few scorched. They have one follower out, which, you know, that's all you're allowed to have. And he's the alien from, I think, last season or the season before. Alien slash ghoul that's like mentally lost his shit. On a scale of 1 to 10, this camp is not complete by any means. So usually I give them at least a 2 for the attempt. In this case, I'm going to give them a 3 because I can see the bare bones of what they're getting started doing. They probably are out either collecting materials or just running around having a good time, which I totally get. But yeah, not a bad little camp. It's a good spot, and it is in the forest region right here across from the pig, across from the road. The eastern location that'd be closest would be Vault 76. So yeah, if you're in this area or you want to build in this area, this is one that I would recommend if you need a lot of resources relatively quick. I'm going to go down here to the next one, which is Flopalopicus' camp. I just love the name, Flopalopicus. That's actually really cool. And this view right here is near the Brotherhood's outpost at Atlas. Okay. Going back around here, let's see what we've got. We've got a cabin that is in the water. Because, you know, there's plenty of land around it. Let's build in the water. The benefit to building in the water is things have to run out in the water to get to you. And you can use this thing right here as your entry point if you set up your foundations properly, which they have. The build is done with the contemporary set and the cabin set. They've been playing for a while. You can tell by the amount of stuff they've collected from the various scoreboards and the various things that they have from the atomic shop. There's a bag sitting here in the middle of nowhere, which is probably somebody else's. They have been playing through the Halloween events and all the Christmas events and different things. You can tell when you look at the stuff that they've got for sale. And they've done the Queen a few times because they've got ultrasight pieces of power armor for sale. Most players have that marked about 50 to 75 caps. You can get the plans for it relatively cheap from almost any of the player vendors in almost any world you land on, because everybody's trying to get rid of it. The exception is some of the add-ons to it will be a little bit more expensive, like the you know, sensor packages or different things like that might run you a little bit more, or a lot more, depending on their level of rarity. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give, just going to go up here and check this out. They've done quite a lot of decorating, quite a lot of placement of items, a bunch of really cool stuff, a lot of guns that they don't really need here because of where they're at. That being said, they do need some, obviously. But they could probably get away with about half of what they have, to be honest. And I don't know why they have water coolers sitting on top of their roof, just kind of hanging out. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a good solid 6. It deserves a good solid 6. It's not a terrible camp, but it's not like that impressive when it comes to the decorations and things like that. The other camp that we were at was much more, in the last episode, was much better decorated, in my opinion, than this one is. I mean, don't get me wrong, this one's not, like I said, not bad, but it's just not great. Hello. Nice to see you. Okay, let's find another one to check out. We'll go to this one here, and that'll be our last one. Savrol's camp. It's down by White Springs. It should be on the lead node if I've got it figured for replacement right. So they're going to have at least one resource extractor. This is outside of the airport. Let's see here. Now then, where are we? We are not where I thought we were. We are further out. They are not on the lead node. They have built... This is new for this season. It's the final item you get for the scoreboard. This prefab.
Today's junk output is error.
They have all of
Sensors
their
are dirty.
stuff set out here. All their workbenches and all that stuff. Which I get. Let's take a look in this house and see if they've got the bed placed. They've got their ally placed. So I'm going to give this one a 2. I'm guessing this one is probably one that's in process of being built. They have most of their food stuff stacked out here on the ground, and they've got a few of it that they've stacked into these plots. They're probably trying to figure out how to get this all stacked into these 2 plots, which I totally get, so that you don't have to replace it whenever you move it from camp location to location and you rebuild your camp. The reason why I'm giving this a 2 is it's obviously not done. All they've put up is the prefab. They've got their workbenches out, but they haven't really figured out where they're going to put them yet, nor have they decorated really in any way except to put their name on the front of the camp.
I should visit that giant teapot next
You're
time
right,
I go
you
out.
should visit the giant teapot. You should go there whenever the ghouls are there so they eat you. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to give this one a 2. It's not really a dumpster fire, it's just a work in progress. We've seen a few of those today. 2 to be exact, and I would say that that's being generous on my part. But anyway, this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Reviews. Hope you guys have a good time. Enjoy the game while you can. Have as much fun as you can while you're doing it. Try out some different locations. Check out the camp locations video that I posted for locations for you to check out. I'm going to do another video for newer players starting out to explain some things, because I've gotten some questions from players that I've met when I've been running around in the Wasteland. So you guys have a good time, and I hope you enjoy this video and the ones to come.